Any other announcements anyone wants to make? Okay. Let's go ahead and start this class. Let's make a fist for love, an open hand for peace. We need a lot of love and peace in our lives. Put them together and then turn to everyone around you, in front of you, beside you, and say hello and smile and be happy. Okay. Then open both hands for world peace. This is just a little traditional that was a Tai Chi way of greeting each other, by the way. And so we're doing a little Tai Chi opening today. So both hands are open for world peace. So put this hand under this one and this one under this. That crosses in front of the heart. And that'll settle your emotions. And then bring the hands out here. Now bring the hands down to the knees. And that's a gentle bow. And then come up. And that's for the ancient energy masters that have been doing these exercises for thousands of years. And not only that, you brought your body, mind, spirit into the class now. So we'll go ahead and start with a few stretching exercises, and then we'll get into the program today. Every week it's an educational exercise class, so every week you'll get a handout. So when you leave here today, get your handout with some exercises in it that you want to do for the week. So every week you'll get a different one. There's a different topic, and this week we're going to be talking about the fascia membrane in your body. So that's what we're going to have a handout on. So let's go ahead and start with stretching the body just a little bit. Get it ready for the workshop. Just bring the hands, cross the fingers, come up the spinal cord, hold the sky with both palms, and then very gently just bend. The bamboo bends in the wind to both sides. You might want to, oh, you can't spread out there. And now twist. Now twist. We're going to work the lumbar vertebrae in the lower back and then go to this wall. So we'll do about 3 of those, and that'll open the body up just a little bit. Up the center. Hold the sky with both palms. And the bamboo bends in the wind. Now the bamboo is going to twist in the wind. So turn from this wall over to this wall. One more time. Let's get that body stretched out so we can do the workshop. Hold the sky with both palms, and the bamboo bends in the wind. And now the bamboo twists in the wind. And then let the hands come up. Now let them come down to the stomach. Put the right hand on the bottom for the ladies, left hand for the men, and put the other hand on top. Put it right over the navel. Now you're over your liver, spleen, kidney, heart and lung, large and small intestines, gallbladder, bladder, etc. Let's do 20 or 30 bellows breath and give them a nice massage. They do a lot of work for you, so you need to do a little work for them every once in a while. So let's start. And bring it to a gentle stop. Let the hands come up. So we got the body stretched out, we got the internal organs working. We'll just do one brain exercise. Every day since you were 20 years of age, you've been losing cells in your brain. You lose 700 cells every day. You've been doing that since you were 20 years of age. In fact, you start losing cells in your whole body at age 20. That's why those Super Bowl football players can only play till they're about 35. They just lose too many cells. So we want to get those cells back that we lose in the brain every day, otherwise it'll start to shrink. And the doctors will tell you that used to think that's what caused all the dementia. Now they figured out that no, the brain doesn't have to shrink if you challenge it every day. So put your hands on your legs. We'll just do one exercise to challenge it. Get one hand circling like you used to do in school. Pat your head and rub your stomach. You got it circling really big. Pat the other hand. So you say, the brain says that's pretty easy to do. Now, if you build new cells in your brain, if you challenge it, it'll build new cells. So if you do it wrong, it's okay. You're challenging it. And when you do, then it'll start to build new cells. And what Harvard Medical School tells us is that if you do that, then they'll form a new cognitive reserve pathway. So the brain says that's easy, but I say change hands. Now the hands are going to want to keep going the other direction. And when they want to keep going the other direction, you're challenging it. The brain's trying to figure out some muscle memory. Change hands back. See, they want to keep going the other way. Change hands back. So once you can do it without thinking too much about it, then you have a new cognitive reserve pathway. Change hands. So you want to challenge your brain every day, some kind of art project. Change hands. Some kind of social event. Anything you can do helps the brain. Don't just sit at home. Change hands. Change hands. Okay, and then let the hands float down. So now we got the brain opened up for the day. Let's go ahead and open up the super highway of the body. The super highway of your body is your neck. Everything in your body has to go through the neck to get to the brain. The brain takes 20 to 30% of everything that you eat, all the vitamins and minerals, has to go through the neck to get to the brain. All the hormones, all the lymph fluid that kills the invaders in your body has to get into that brain to kill the invaders in the brain. So we want to work that neck. So let's sit up straight, make the head nice and level. Take a big inhale and just turn and let the eyes look backwards over the shoulder, and then come back to the center and do it on the other side. It's called looking backwards till the illness disappears. Let those eyes roll and look backwards. Nice and gentle. Don't force the neck. If one side is stiffer than the other side, go to the weak side on both sides. Everything is holistic. Now you've got some of the strongest muscles in your entire body in your head, and they all connect to that brain. The eyes happens to be one of them. Need to open them up, get them stretched and exercised, just like your biceps or your quads. You need to exercise all the muscles in your head. So let those eyes roll and look back. They get nice and strong. One last time, and bring it back to the center. Now the strongest muscle in your entire body is the little muscular muscle right here in your jaw. It crushes all your food. It's stronger than the quads or the biceps, stronger than any other muscle, yet we very seldom exercise it. So want to get it exercised because the fascia membrane around it will start to get tight, dehydrate and get tight, and then our joints get tight and that little muscle gets tight. So this time we're going to let the eyes roll up and down. So let the eyes roll and look back on the ceiling. Open your mouth wide. Now look down, let your mouth close, and let the eyes roll and look deep into the earth. Now moving up and down, strengthening the eye muscle and exercising that little muscular muscle. It's the strongest muscle in the whole body. It's like steel. If you have any snap, cracking, and popping in the inner ears, then you have stress and tension in there. Now, according to Cal, UCLA, at Stanford, 60 to 90% of all of our doctor visits comes from stress and tension in our bodies. So it's got stress and tension in that jaw if you have snap, cracking, and popping. That's called chronic inflammation, and it gathers around the bones. So when you get it out as best we can, soften it up, get that tightness out of it. It's around the connective tissues. And that inner ear, we have a lot of our balance called proprioception, where the body's at in time and space. So if you have a lot of stress and tension in there, which is snap, cracking, and popping, then you need to work on that balance a little bit. Nice and gentle. We have our hearing in there. We lose a little hearing as we age, so you need to exercise it. Make sure it's nice and soft. You don't want that snap, cracking, and popping in your body if you can help it. Nice and gentle, just moving up and down. Oh, nice and gentle. Get brain fog. It's really good for vertigo and brain fog. One last time. So we exercise that little muscle. Now bring the ear over to the shoulder. We'll hydrate the neck. Now go in a big, slow circle. Nice and gentle. Nice and slow. Going with the breath. So now we're hydrating the neck. You see, drinking water, 5 to 8 glasses of water a day. What the doctors will tell you, that turns into an oily bath in the body. Now, if you want that oily bath to penetrate, you must move. It'll get down around the connective tissues, the ligaments holding the bones together, the tendons holding the muscles to the bones, cartilage between the bones. Now go the other direction. See if there's any snap, cracks, or pops in that neck. That's what we're trying to get out. We're just nice and soft. It'll start to soften them up with just slow, gentle movements. We'll start to get those snap, cracks, and pops out of the body and soften it up. One last time, and then bring it to a gentle stop. Now we've got 7 cervical vertebrae, and they pump cranial sacral fluid. What is cranial sacral fluid? That's a lymphatic fluid that's in the brain. The brain produces about a water bottle full of it every day. And it circulates, and it cleanses the brain, and it goes down to the bottom of the spine, back up the spine, goes in a big circle around the body. So we need to work those 7 cervical vertebrae to make sure that that fluid is flowing properly. Otherwise, we'll get plaque and cholesterol in the brain that'll cause Alzheimer's or dementia, and then we'll get all kinds of stiffness in the brain, just like we do everywhere else. Tangles, they call it, tau. So take the hand and put it right on the big knot between the neck and the back. That's part of your brainstem, which is part of your brain, and tap it. Tap it rather forcefully. That'll massage it, and that'll loosen up the fascia membrane that gets hard and brittle as we age. It's made from collagen and fiber, so it'll get stiff. So now we've got that opened up a little bit so to get a better flow to the brain. So now grab hold of the chair down here, just pull your shoulders back here and push your chin towards me. Now you've got the 7th cervical vertebrae stretched out. Just turn the head slowly and let the eyes search the sea. When you come to the edge, don't force it. Just come to the edge and then go to the other side. See if one side's stiffer than the other, and go to the weak side on both sides. Everything's holistic. Got that head forward. It's going to hydrate and lubricate those 7 cervical vertebrae. That's called your brainstem. It pumps cranial sacral fluid. It's got to go through there to get to the brain. Otherwise it gets blocked and we get a little brain fog or forgetfulness as we age. One last time, and then bring it to a gentle stop. Now we want to work on it again, so drop the head. Now you've got the 7 cervical vertebrae open. We want it to penetrate in between the bones, so turn and look at the moon over the shoulder and exercise those eyes again. Get all these muscles straighten up and get that head moving for the day. Let's get that brain open for the day so we can do the workshop. Get all the fluids flowing, called cranial sacral fluid. Nice and gentle. It's called the lymphatic system. It's in the brain. They just discovered it about 12 years ago, and it confirmed what the ancient energy masters have been doing for thousands of years, that they are on the right track. So now they've confirmed just about everything that they do from the East is the right thing to do for the body. Yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong, all the slow, gentle exercise, Reiki, one last time, rebalances the body, and then bring it to a gentle stop. So now we'll go into, we've got the body opened up a little bit, got things moving. We're going to, what we're going to talk about today is the fascia living web. Every cell in your body, so fascia teaches us some profound things. It's a very important subject that you really should understand as to what's happening in your body. You see, every cell in your body is covered with a fascia membrane. Used to, they paid very little attention to it. Nowadays, they understand that it's very profound. It's for health and wellness. The body is not a collection of parts. We seem to think in our society that because we have an eye doctor and a foot doctor and a head doctor and a knee doctor and a blood doctor and a heart doctor, we have a doctor for everything, and a hand doctor for hands, that the body's in little parts. So it's not in little parts, it's all one piece, and it's all together, and it's all connected like a web, like a spider web through your whole body. Around every cell is a fascia membrane. And so fascia is not a glamorous topic, so it's very seldom talked about. I doubt if your doctor ever talked to you much about your fascia membrane or what goes on with it, but it's probably the most important topic that you could talk about or understand. It's not a loud topic or anything, but it's very foundational. So it's the quiet intelligence that holds us upright, allows us to move. We can't move without this fascia. And every experience we encounter, we're using that fascia membrane. So we want to care for this web that's in our body. How do you care for the web? Well, you move daily. Slow, gentle movements is going to work it. You breathe deeply. You hydrate it, because it's full of water, and it's full of fiber, and it's full of collagen. And it'll get dehydrated. And so we want to release the tension. The body, and even I at 88, I know what's happened. The body will renew itself. You can renew it yourself. Many years ago, my wife and I traveled around the country. I was an executive vice president for Carefree International out of Dallas, Texas. And we traveled with Mr. Universe, a guy that competed for Mr. Universe, had the biggest muscles, strongest arms in the world, unbelievable arms. His name was Larry Scott. You can look him up sometime. He still holds a lot of the world's records. This is back in the late 70s or the early 80s. But Larry couldn't hardly move his body. Couldn't lift his hand above his head. The strongest. So I figured out then that it's not a lot of weightlifting that's going to get me healthy. It'll get me strong with big, powerful muscles. And also traveling with us, because we were selling Larry Scott's vitamins and minerals and all of the bodybuilding things to most of the gyms throughout the United States. And Larry couldn't talk hardly. So I went along to do the speaking at the workshops. So I would do the talking to sell the vitamins to and all the gym owners would come in and would sell it. And then we had the top nutritionist in the world, and you can still look him up. His name was Nelson Harvey. Had about 10 really good books on nutrition. But he wasn't healthy either. So I said, well, no use me going to the gym lifting a lot of weights. I don't want to be like Larry where I can't move. And I don't want to be like Nelson. He just sits there and he was typing and writing all the time, but he didn't have good health either because he never moved. He had good nutrition. So I learned a lot about nutrition. I learned a lot about how the body works. So, and I found that wasn't the way. And then fortunately, later on, about 6 years later, I was a vice president for American Express. And I ran the LA market as a senior vice president down in the LA market. We did about $1 billion a year, and they sent me to Hong Kong. And they were out in the park doing Qigong. Well, we were in the hotel, and I looked down at the park, and I said, hey, I told my wife, I said, we may have to leave this country. I think they're having a riot today. They're down there with swords. They had swords and sticks and climbing trees and all kinds of things. And they laughed at me just like you did when I went downstairs and said, what's going on out there? They said, they're doing Qigong, go out and join them. Well, I did, and then I finally discovered what does make you healthy is slow, gentle movements that they were doing out there and all the various things that they were doing. So I did it off and on until I retired, and then I started doing it up here. And at 88 now, I'm younger than I was when I was 63. Believe me, I've aged backwards. I've reversed the aging. So, the reason I say that is that age has nothing to do with it. We think, well, age, we get stiff. We don't. It's the fascia membrane and how you work out and how you treat the body that makes the difference. And in our society, we haven't quite figured it out yet, but we're getting there really rapidly. And the body will continue to renew itself no matter what age. I just left a lady over there that'll be 101, and she'll be 101 in April 1st, and another one that will be 100 on March 30th. And they're both just as active as you and I. They laugh just as hard. They're very soft. They come to all the classes. And so that's what we're working for, is we want longevity. We want to live to be 100, but we want to keep our health. That's the most important thing. It's not how long you live, it's how healthy you are that you live. So this fascia membrane is so important, because you really understand that it covers every cell in your body. It's a continuous sheet of connective tissues that's connecting this whole body of ours. Like I say, we think the body's in different parts because we have so many different different doctors and things that sounds like it is. For many years, with the fascia that I'm talking about was considered just packing material. The doctors never paid any attention to it. It just held everything together. If you look at a chicken leg and it shines before you cook it, you see that shiny stuff, that's the fascia membrane holding all those muscles and connective tissues together. Well, that's what's in our body. It's on every cell in our body. So it's not just a tissue, but it's the architect of the life inside your body. It's the architect. And fascia is made primarily, as I mentioned before, collagen fiber. It's strong and it's like a rope in there. And it's got elastic fibers. They're flexible and spring-like. They go back and forth. They're very flexible. And then ground substance. It's a gel-like fluid. It's rich in water. And that's what's holding the whole body together, and every cell in your body is held by it. So it's flexible, and it just moves, just gentle like this. It just goes all the time, everything that you do. So you can think of it as a three-dimensional spider web that's covering your whole body. It's not flat, it's not layered. It's sort of, well, it is layered, I'm sorry, it's not flat though, but it's layered and sort of spiral in the body. So it spirals around everything in your whole body. And this makes fascia both strong, and it makes it very easy movement, so it's got great movement. So your body does not function as separate parts. It functions as one connected unit because of the fascia that's in your body. So the fascia connects everything. When your foot hits the ground like this, the force doesn't stop in your foot. It travels through the fascial lines, up the calves, through the hamstrings, into the spine, and even to the skull. So many years ago, the ancient energy masters figured out that that's how things happen in the body. So then they started tracking it. Now we did that in our country too. We call them veins and arteries. Arteries takes the blood from the heart out to the skin. Veins brings it back to the heart. And the meridians work the same way. They run along the same paths. They take toxins out and they bring energy back. It's called Fu and Zhang, just like veins and arteries. And they all run together through the body. So this explains something that's very important. Pain is not where the problem begins. So if you can remember that, pain's not where the problem begins. If you have a soreness in your thumb joint here, that's not necessarily where it begins. So it might be somewhere else in the body that's causing it. Or the calf down here might be affecting the brain up here. So pain is not where the problem begins, and a tight calf may cause a lower back discomfort. A restricted jaw here, a restricted jaw might cause you to have poor posture, because when you raise up, you're going to feel it there, so you have poor posture. A shoulder injury here might be affecting the breathing over here, because when you move again, when you breathe, so you slow down the breathing here. So they're all connected, and fascia creates to continue and just to go through, and it affects everything in your whole body. And it beautifully bridges the Eastern way of thinking and the Western way. So now we've got the Eastern and Western way coming together as one, and the scientists have proven that yes, everything that they've said for thousands of years and been doing is correct. So what traditional Chinese medicine describes as pathways are called meridians. There's also veins and arteries that run along with them. And they're all running through this fascia membrane, and they're all covered with it, and that's where the meridians are at, is in the fascia membrane that covers every cell in your whole body, so the energy flows through there. So when I have veins and arteries here, there'll be more fascia membrane in there because there's more cells in there. So the energy will flow, and then underneath it you've got some nerve system, so there'll be nerves in there. You feel some soreness in there sometimes in different spots, and that soreness is tension. That's called chronic inflammation. So it's all running together. So we have two languages and one reality, now that the Western and Eastern has come together. So fascia is a richly supplied with sensory receptors, all the sensory receptors in there. So that means it plays a major role in your proprioception. That's your body awareness. In every joint in your body, you got little proprioceptors, what the scientists call it, and then up here in the brain, when we were working that fascia membrane, that's where it's controlled from that inner ear up here, basically, and it works the whole body and keeps you in balance. And when it gets a little out up here, you might have poor balance down here. It's all working together. And then the pain might work the same way. You might have a problem down here that's causing pain up here. And emotional tension's the same way. It covers the whole body. So when we say sometimes, oh, that guy's tight with stress, we're right. Chronic worry, fear, or grief can create tension patterns, a lot of tension patterns. And the body holds those experiences in the fascial web. So the fascial web, we need to understand our bodies and the part that this fascia plays in our body. And hydration. Healthy fascia is hydrated fascia. If you keep it hydrated, it's a gel-like substance, and it's got that collagen and fiber in it, and when you allow it, when it's like this, it moves very nice. It slides back and forth. It's grinding between the tissues, every tissue in your whole body. But when we're sedentary, when we're sitting a lot, and we drive cars, we sit all the time, we become a little stressed, it becomes inflamed and dehydrated, and the gel thickens, and then it gets to be like this. So you can think of it as a fresh egg here, egg white, and then when it gets here, it's going to be like glue. And now you're going to have really stiff joints. You're going to have all kinds of things going on in the body, and it's really hard to get it unstuck. But it's taken me like 25 years to get it all unstuck, but I've done a pretty good job. So as you work it just gently, then it becomes unstuck and becomes flexible again, becomes hydrated. So hydration comes from movement, and the movement becomes stiff if it gets dehydrated. Pain increases. You're going to have pain in a lot of your joints. You're going to have pain throughout the body. Circulation decreases, so now you're going to get as much blood flow. So the artery won't take the blood all the way out to the finger or bring it back. It'll just, the heart sort of softens at night. It doesn't quite get as much blood as it should out there, so you can have more arthritis, carpal tunnel, trigger fingers and things, cold fingers in the winter, and cold toes and ears. There's no muscles out there, so they get stiff. So when we are sedentary, when we sit a lot, we get stressed, we get inflamed, and we get dehydrated. So it just happens, and that gel thickens. So movement squeezes and releases the fascia like a sponge. So just like a sponge, just moves it like this. And it's real simple. It's easy stuff to do, but we just don't do it. Gentle movements, just gentle movements, such as Qigong and Tai Chi and walking and healing sounds. When we make sounds in our body, it's movement through the body, and it restores the fascia. Movement squeezes and releases the fascia like a sponge. It's bringing nourishment, clearing the waste out of the body so we can become very healthy. This is why slow, mindful movement can be very profound. And then fascia and aging. As we age, the tissues become more rigid and not regularly mobilized. This contributes to reduced flexibility. Our joints get stiff. When I was 63, my joints wouldn't move at all. They were very, very stiff. I'm 88 now. They move like they did when I was, should have been moving when I was 63 probably. So I've reversed the aging. It's slower recovery too. We recover a lot slower. I very seldom get sick. I've been real fortunate, knock on wood every time. You very seldom get sick if the fascia membrane is loose and soft in the body. You fall more. Your joints get stiff, you start to fall. Your joint stiffness. We want to avoid all of these. Here's the powerful truth. Fascia responds to movement at any age. So it responds at any age. Even in the 8th, I can say for sure, the 8th decade and the 9th decade of life, and just watching those two that I just left over there, over 100 years of age, they seem to be doing really fine even at that age. So research is showing that gentle load, stretching, vibration, and spinal movement stimulates this fascia, the cells that remodels the fascia. And it's just like exercise. Well, it is exercise. And this is one of the reasons that HealthSpan Qigong that we do here, we're teaching HealthSpan, that's longevity with a high quality life, with good health right up to the daily life, works so well. Now, fascia and inflammation, I just want to touch on that before we get into the exercises. Inflammation thickens fascia. So when you get inflammation in the body, it thickens it. Chronic low-grade inflation, often linked to, what's it linked to? Poor diet. Watch the diet. Stress. You have too much stress. And mainly inactivity. We drive cars, we don't walk anymore, we sit a lot, so we have a sedentary lifestyle. So seniors get a lot sicker than young people. That's why they had to close all of the retirement homes like Eschaton and Cascade and all of them during the pandemic, because they get sicker. They don't have a strong immune system. It does not have to be that way. If we work the fascia membrane, it'll open up the healthcare system. It's simple and easy. So one of the things you can do that's really simple and easy, now you're sitting here right now and you're breathing. So let's practice a little breathing. Healthcare, Qigong movements, breath and healing sounds helps do this. But you're sitting here breathing right now, so don't change anything what you're doing right now. Now, try to take a deep breath and push your stomach out. You see how hard it is? You see, we have poor posture, so just slightly over. Now, if you come up straight, now come on up straight. Now, breathe in and push your stomach out. Now the stomach goes out really soft and easy, and then let it go back out. See, now just by breathing, I'm starting to move everything, all that fascia around all my internal organs, just by doing abdominal breathing. Go back to the way you were. Sort of slump down a little bit and lean forward the way that as we age, I'm 88, so the gravity's really pull me down, so it's going to pull you down, and gravity's magnets, it's pulling us down. So normally we're like this and we're breathing very shallow. The doctors tell us we breathe every 3.3 seconds. That means the body's in a sympathetic nervous system, which is fight or flight. So now the body's putting stress and tension into the body just from the way we breathe. So when we're driving cars and breathing and sitting around watching TV, these shallow breaths are killing us, and it's tightening up that fascia membrane and dehydrating it. So when you come in here, now you breathe long and deep. Now we've increased the breath from about 3 seconds to about 5, and then I release it even slower. And then everything comes back in. Now everything's getting stretched in the body just from breathing. So the diaphragmatic type breathing, stomach breathing influences the fascia in your body. So it's simple things like that, and it's just as easy for it. It's actually, you feel a lot better when you sit up straight and do some long, deep breaths. So when you're watching TV or something, every once in a while, at least 5 or 10 minutes a day, a couple of times a day, practice that breathing. Long and deep, pushing the stomach out. Now you're massaging all the internal organs and you're loosening that fascia up and then releasing. So remember, breathing shallow, tension comes into your body. When you breathe deep, the rhythm to it, a nice deep rhythm, fascia expands and softens, and gets softer and softer. So just breathing is a medicine for you. It's probably the best medicine you get, probably better than any of the pharmaceuticals that you take. But keep taking the pharmaceuticals because they're for a particular item, like a bad high blood pressure or liver or something. So keep taking them. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that this is better medicine than all the pharmaceuticals that you're taking. What about emotions? Well, fascia is a responsive tissue. It's very, very responsive tissue. Studies say trauma and chronic emotional stress is just, it's all about the fascia tone, how the fascia tone is. And how about sound? Now, when we do sound, it's kind of interesting, see. Vibration travels beautifully through the fascia tissue. All the sound vibrations just travels through that fascia tissue. Because fascia is continuous. It goes through everything in my whole body. And sound waves just sort of resonate across the bodies. They're just giving it a nice, gentle massage. So vibration does that. So humming, toning, chanting creates internal messages. It really starts to work the whole body. And when we hum or make it sound like that, we're also doing a lot of other things. We have that vagus nerve. That's the longest nerve in your whole body. It comes, it's a cranial nerve. There's 12 of them. Some of them are very short, might go from the brain to the eye, but this one goes down through your throat. I couldn't talk without it here today, or swallow, or chew, or eat. And then it goes through all my entire heart, my whole intestinal area is covered in one nerve called the vagus nerve. It's the wandering nerve. So when you hum, it releases that. It sort of vibrates and releases it. It won't release hypertension. If you get mad at someone today, you'll still be mad at them 2 weeks from now because the hypertension's held in that vagus nerve. Why? Because it has 200,000 nerve endings. It's very hard to get it to release. So a few things do. If you have a stroke, you go to the hospital, they're going to put an ice pack right here. That cold is going to release it. Or they'll put an ice pack, they give you a glass of water with a straw and ice in it, you drink it, and that'll make it cold. That'll release it. Or the sounds when I'm talking here, sounds are sort of rushing down through there. And then the cranial brain wave up here goes all the way up here and renews it. So sound can literally rip through the fascial web. So we'll work a few sounds today too, pounds and tone. So it's great. So the gentle practice every day, slow movements, just gentle, soft, gentle compression and release. And always use a 70-40 rule now. We don't go all out. We don't push really hard. We go at 70% of what we're capable. If you have an injury or an illness, you go at 40%. You have pain, you stop. So deep breathing makes a big difference. Hydration, drink more water and move gently. Abdominal breathing is very good. And then an adequate diet. A good diet always makes a big difference in that fascia membrane. And emotional calm. Don't get angry. I see so many seniors get angry a lot of times for various reasons. It doesn't help to get angry. So high intensity exercise. When you do high intensity exercise, that's not enough. It's going to put more stress and tension into your body, but you want to do it because it really strengthens the body and you feel good. Whatever you love doing, keep doing. But in the meantime, rebalance the body with some of these slow ones. And fascia responds especially well to easy training, spring-like fluid, wave-like motion when we're doing Qigong or Tai Chi. And that's why it works so well. So modern science is catching up. So today you're going to get a workbook with some pressure points in there. Now what are pressure points? That's where the blood might be blocked. So there's 700 or 800 of them in the body. If you go to an acupuncturist, they're going to use maybe 100, 150 of them to release that fascia membrane and that tension that's in there. But they're all over the body, so just gentle, slow movements what opens them up. So when we do that. So I'm going to give you 3 pressure points today that you can open up and work on, and it's slow, gentle, and it's going to make a big difference in the fascia to open it. So we want to get the body, the mind, and the spirit. We want to get heaven, body, and earth all matching together, becoming one. So you invite it in with the breath, sound, and movement. So let's work on the fascia points as we always do every week. You'll get 3 of them that you can press this week that's going to make a difference. And to do that, the first one we work on is one for the heart, and that's where the blood, the veins and the arteries is heart point number 1. And it's we've done it before, but just put your hand on your head and take this middle finger right here, and then the other 2 fingers, and put in the center of the armpit and just push into the rib and massage right on the rib at 70% of what you're capable, not 100. And if you have it, I see some grimaces out there, so some of you have some soreness in there. That soreness, you should have a tender spot, but not always soreness. You do not have to have soreness. But if you have a soreness, that's okay, so you're releasing it. So we massage it for 30 seconds or so, then we go the other way. Now this goes directly to your heart. So we're just opening up a pressure point for the heart. The blood will flow, so the artery will come out to this spot, carrying the blood, and the vein will go through this spot, carrying it back to the heart. You pump 2,000 gallons of blood every day, and it all goes right through here, and then they brush it off. So let's see if did anyone have any soreness in there? Okay, it looks like over half did. So that's the fascia membrane. You see, it's got a little tight, it's a little dehydrated, so with gentle movement. See, when we do these exercises we were doing, we're stretching that spot. And when we do them slow and soft, and we do it on a regular basis, it only takes a few minutes a day to do it on a regular basis. It starts to open. Now let's do the other side. So take the middle finger, right in the center of the armpit, just feel the rib and just massage, nice and gentle. And then we'll open it up. So this is the heart. And on the heart, the nice part about it is the benefits is emotional congestion. It's going to help you with some emotional congestion because you have a lot of grief and sadness held in the chest, in the lung area. So the lymphatic stagnation, you get a lot of lymph fluid that'll get stuck in there, so it can't, and that kills the invaders in your body, so you need a lot of lymph fluid, but it can't flow through there as much as it should if it's sore. It's a blockage. And there's all through your body, there's a nerve system, fascia system, all kinds of systems running through the body. So what we're doing, we're opening systems in the body to make it real simple. It's just opening the system and then brush it off. So we've opened the heart system, and if you have shoulder tightness, it's going to help with the shoulder tightness too. That'll help open it up, get some of the soreness out of there. Now the next place we want to do, we were talking a lot about we've connected the body down here, and I want to connect the heaven up here, the head up here, the mind and the body. And we were talking about that jaw. And so peace, perfect contentment comes from the spirit up here, from the heart, where we were just working right now. Well, that's love, so that's perfect kindness. So perfect kindness, and we want perfect contentment. Then we need to work up in the head up here. That muscular muscle that we were talking about is the strongest muscle in your body. We'll work on that just a little bit. Just take that same big finger and just put it right on the jaw right here. Here's a little point on your jaw right here, and then there's a muscle right above it. Just find the muscle. Clench your teeth and see if it comes out. You feel the muscle there? Okay, take the middle finger, push on the muscle, and just massage it on both sides. And if you have any soreness in there, then that's that little muscular muscle. It's going to block some of the energy from flowing. Relax the jaw, press gently. We go at about 70% maximum. If there's a lot of soreness in there, you go at 40%. Doesn't take a lot of pressure. We're not looking to cause pain. We're just looking to get rid of some of the pain. Are you okay? Oh, it will make you cough, yes. Yeah, if there's a lot of blockage in there that's going to clear, it's going to really work on the immune system too. See, it all goes down into your throat here, so yeah, it's going to cause a lot of, in fact, Bob Norman in here, boy, he just really went one day when he pressed on this muscle here. So press gently, small circular motion, breathe through the nose, in and out through the nose, and you might use some affirmation. You say, I speak my truth with ease. Just say, I speak my truth with ease. So now TMJ in there, you're going to loosen it a little bit there. Any stored frustration is going to start to go away. Digestive stress is going to make a difference in your digestive stress. And from holding back words, sometimes we hold back our thoughts. And then brush it off. Now, if you had a little soreness in there, which we did, let's go up under the ears with that same finger. This is another part of that same muscle. Push in between the bones on the ear right there and just massage in there, right below the earlobe. 2 bones there. There's a big bone on the ear. That's the windshield. And then brush in there on the bone and then just massage it and see if there's any soreness in there. So we're just opening it up, getting some tension, frustration, digestive stress, all kinds of things out of there. And then just brush it off there. So when we're doing those exercises, like opening and closing the mouth, see, we're stretching that. And if you do that on a regular basis, then a lot of that soreness would go away because it's the tightness, that fascial membrane has become dehydrated. So now it's sticking together, so when we massage it, it sort of opens it and gets it pulsing again and gets it to open up so it's free and opening again, and then the soreness will go away. You don't have to have soreness in your body. It's not about the soreness, and it's not about the nerve system that's underneath all of these other systems. You can press anywhere on your body. You're not going to have a lot of soreness in a lot of places. But if you do have soreness, that's because of the inactivity. My body used to have soreness from my head to my toe and everything in between. I have very little soreness in my body now, but I've been doing it for 25 years, so it makes a difference. And then the third place that I want you to work on those 2 this week. So if you work on those. The other one is on your leg. So just, if you can, just put your leg up here. And on the outside of the shin bone here, this is part of the digestive tract. It's called the 3-mile area. Just sort of massage in there deep. You won't feel much soreness in there, but just run back and forth. And this, believe it or not, this is part of your digestive tract. If this gets really tight in here, it's called the 3-mile area because it gives you a lot of vitality or energy. You can go an extra 3 miles just by massaging alongside this bone. So about 9 times you go back and forth on the outside of the bone, about 4 inches below the kneecap, and up and down right in there. And then do it on the other leg. Now this goes to your spleen. And your spleen is part of your digestive tract. It takes the dead blood cells out of your body. It turns them into bile. It puts them in the liver, and the liver turns them into bile, puts them in the bladder, and they leave the body. If it gets blocked in this area right in here, if you have digestive problems, this is a good place to massage, and that'll open up some of this passageway. Because if you leave too many of those dead blood cells in the body, you get plaque or cholesterol in the body. Of course, it just doesn't leave the body. So if you have blockages, and then brush it off. So that's just a couple of spots there. And that's going to work on the stomach and spleen. Now they all run together. When we were working up here, this is also a spleen spot. So the spleen runs all the way from your big toe, and it comes right up through your leg, carrying veins and arteries. Veins and arteries will go from your big toe, it'll come up through here. It'll go through the spleen over here and the liver here, so it goes both liver and spleen. And then it comes on up and it goes right into the brain area up here, and then you have some pressure points up here from the spleen. So everything comes up to the brain, and the veins bring all that blood back up, and they get blocked. So you want to keep them loosened up and to keep them soft with gentle exercises. So it's a pretty simple system, but the body's all one, and that fascia membrane's holding every cell in your body, and that's what's going to cause a lot of the problem. Now, there is an exercise that we can do, and this is gold for seniors, and a lot of the seniors that are in my classes do this all the time, and they understand how great it is. And it's called Iron Shirt Qigong for strength and fascia unwinding. So when you do Iron Shirt Qigong, you're unwinding the fascia in your body. If we can unwind the fascia in our body and soften it up, get it stretched out and get it moving, then we have to move every cell in our body to do that. And so the only way you can do that is with isometric pressure. Now, isometric pressure will make you very strong. I'm stronger now than I was at 88 than I was when I was 63. So, and this is all I do. I haven't lifted barbells or at the gym in 25 years. I go to the gym because I do a class there, but that's just to teach some people. I do it one day a week over there at the South Yuba Club, and that's just to teach them Qigong. I don't lift any barbells. It doesn't mean you shouldn't, or that it's up to you, but just be careful. I have a lot of people hurt in my class. But whatever you love doing, if you like playing pickleball and all that, keep doing all that stuff. It's really great for the body. But in the meantime, you can do this for about 10 or 15 minutes a day. You're going to stretch every cell in your whole body. Every joint, 360 of them are going to get looser. 207 bones are going to get stronger. You're going to put tension on your bones. Resistance training. You're going to put it on your muscles. So let's do it. Now we start with the grip. So, and it'll be in your workbook. It'll tell you how to do it. So all you need to do is practice it. So just make a claw, like a dragon claw. Now squeeze the grip as tight as you can and feel the muscles in your arms, across your back and your chest. Now squeeze your legs. Now just hold it like this. So you're stretching all that fascia membrane in your body, and that sciatica nerve's gonna get a little better doing this also. Hold it tight like iron for a count of 10. So we hold it for about 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So beautiful. So that's called isometric pressure. And in the 1940s, when I was a kid, there was a guy by the name of Charles Atlas that became Mr. Universe and never lifted a barbell. Most of you might remember him if you remember the 1940s. Charles Atlas was Mr. Universe. There we go. We got some people over there who remember Charles Atlas. He never lifted a barbells. He just did these isometric training and became very, very like, but we don't want to go that far. So we're not going 100%. We're going at 70. If you have an injury or an illness, you're going at 40. Now we want to work everything in the whole body, and you can't do it any other way. So your tongue is a very strong muscle. Push your tongue against the roof of your mouth. Just push it up tight, hold it really tight. Feel the muscles in your throat, feel the muscles in your tongue. Put on the iron claw, flex the whole body, flex the feet, the legs, the body. Hold the tongue against the roof. We're working the tongue muscle, it goes directly to the brain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times tongue push-ups. Drop your head, now push it up with your tongue. 1, 2, 3, flex everything. 4, 40%, 5, 6, 7, if you're not hurt, 8, 9, 10. So now you work the tongue. Now Stanford Medical School says that's one of the best things you can work is the tongue. Why? Because if you work the tongue, you'll do more nose breathing. At nighttime, you breathe in and out through the nose, not in through the nose, out through the mouth. You'll get 25% more oxygen by nose breathing, and now all the athletes are starting to do it that run the marathons and things because you get more nitric oxide, 6 to 7% more nitric oxide just by nose breathing than you do by breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. So Stanford Medical School is now encouraging you to do nose breathing, and it seems to be working quite well. So now the face. We have got a lot of wrinkles because the gravity again pulls my face down and get wrinkles. So I want to work all the muscles in my face. I can't do it with a barbell, that's for sure. Squeeze my whole face, squeeze your face. Put on the iron shirt. Hold the face tight. Now flex every muscle in your whole body at 70%. If you're shaking, you're going too hard. Okay, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 times. 1, face muscles. 2, get the wrinkles out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, beautiful. Now the core. If you have a strong core, the doctor always tells you strengthen the core, you'll have less pain in your body, you'll sleep sounder at night. So we have a whole core that runs from the diaphragm that pushes the lungs up and down to the belt. And down here, you were born as a healer. Your body was designed to heal itself, if you let it, by working it. And down here, there's 6 layers of muscle. It's the only place in your whole body that's got 6 layers of muscle. So this is the whole core. So we want to work the upper core, which is the diaphragm that pushes the lungs up and down. If we get a hernia in there, we get a lot of gas and acid reflux. So suck your belly button into the backbone. Put on the iron shirt, flex from the nose to the toes. Hold the stomach in tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times, suck it. Now blow out and go deeper. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. If you're coughing, that's okay. You're clearing the lungs out. 90% of the nutrients you need to stay alive comes from your air, not from your food. You can live a long time without food. You can't live without air. So if you have a little congestion in there, a little blockage, you're gonna cough and do things. So you back off at 40%, okay? Don't overdo it. If you have soreness in there, 70% is max. 40% if you have any illness or injury. Now around that belt, right around the belt where that 6 layers of muscles is at, that's to protect the inside of the body. So put 6 layers of muscles, the Creator did. So push the stomach out. We sucked it in. Now push it out. Hold it tight. Put on the iron shirt. Flex, hold the stomach really tight. About 70%, not 100. And if you have a hernia, only push it out about 40%. You have scar tissue in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful, nice, strong. Now the hips. This is for the sciatica nerve also. So we've got the largest bones in our whole body is the pelvic bones. Now on top of those pelvic bones, we've got the glutes. That's your buttock. That's the muscles. Very strong, very big volume muscles. Squeeze the glutes into the, and even if you've had an operation, a hip operation, you want to stretch this. That's why the doctor sent you to the physical therapist. So hold it tight. Hold it really tight. Put on the iron shirt. Focus on the hip, the pelvic bone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times. 1, it's working that sciatica nerve. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you do that about 3 or 4 times a day, it's going to stretch that sciatica and get some of that pain out of there that's really bothering you. So it's this whole area here. Now we're going to do the hips again, but we're going to do the knees. We're going to concentrate on the knees and the quads. So squeeze them tight, 70%. If you have an injury, 40%. But the knees, again, the doctor sent you to the physical therapist so you wouldn't limp. So you want to squeeze them at 70% for sure if you've had an operation. So hold everything tight. Put on the iron shirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, strong legs. 5, 6, prevent falls. 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Now the knees, the ankles, and the calves, and this is your second heart. Every time you take a step, it pushes the blood, the vein, through the vein, back to the heart. And there's little valves in there that keeps it from going back to your feet, causes varicose veins, so we need to tighten up this whole calf area. And your heart has to pump 2,000 gallons, so your calves really help. So bring it up on the toes as tight as you can and squeeze the calves. Put on the iron shirt and hold. Stretch that Achilles heel and stretch that ankle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times. Toe push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Feet flat on the floor. Push down on the knees with your hands. Push them down hard and squeeze the foot as tight as you can. Let's prevent some falls. Strengthen that foot. Flex the muscles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. So we just work from the head to the toes. That's 650 muscles, 207 bones got stronger with the resistance. 360 joints got stretched so that fascia membrane loosened up. You're not going to be as stiff as you were when you came in. Now we're going to work the inside of the body before we finish. So the Qigong, so that's for the lower organs. Those are called Fu. They take toxins out of your body, the large and small intestines, the bladder, the gallbladder, so the prostate, all of that down there. So put on the iron shirt. Dr. Kegel says with your visualization, imagination, put a lemon right on the pelvic floor. Now you see that lemon on your pelvic floor? Stop urinating like you stop urinating. Pull it up like you stop urinating. Squeeze that lemon with those pelvic muscles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kegel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that worked the lower organs. Now the upper organs. These bring energy into the body just like the arteries takes it out and veins bring it back. Food takes it out. Zang, these are called Zang organs, brings it back. They're full of blood. Liver, spleen, kidney, heart, and lungs are all up in this area. I want to strengthen those and tighten them. They do a lot of work for us when you do a little work for them. So put on the iron shirt, flex every muscle in your whole body, about 70% of what you're capable. Now you're going to breathe in 6 times and hold your breath. It's called stack the breath. So breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's really tight around all the liver, spleen, kidney, heart, and lungs. Hold your breath, be a little oxygen start. Hold it a little bit longer, and release. So that works the upper organs. So now you've stretched every fascia membrane in your whole body. So you see, it only took us about 10 minutes. It's pretty easy to do. It's not hard. It'll be on your handout today. There's also a meditation on there. We won't have time for the meditation today because I want to do some healing sounds right before we stop. So we have about 4 minutes to do some healing sounds. Let's work on the internal organs. We can also, now let's work on some of the glands. We'll work on a few of the glands. Endocrine glands, what do they give us? Okay, they give us hormones. What are hormones? Building blocks. So again, healing sound. So we'll just work on some of the upper head right here. Right in the third eye is the master gland. Thanks for coming. You can always come late and leave early. Rose got Parkinson's, so she has some appointments she has to get to. So thanks very much for coming. And we'll see you on Thursday then. Good to see you, Roro. Okay, so now we want to work the endocrine glands. The one right in the third eye, bring the hands here. If you need to leave early, that's okay. Now we're going to bring the sound right up into the third eye, and that's where your pituitary gland, your master gland is at. Gives you 10 different hormones. Does not give you the hormones, it sends a message to your body to produce hormones. So a big Om, and you'll see here and feel the sound, follow your hand and put the palms right into the third eye. So we go Om, right into the third eye. Om, about an inch in there is like a little pea sitting in there. Om, gives you human growth hormones for strength building. Om, and healing. Also gives you oxytocin. Om, a hormone for the brain and the heart. Om, it'll tell your gastrointestinal area to release some dopamine. Om, and some serotonin for good moods. Om, so we're just vibrating it, putting the sound into it. Om, feel it, follow your hands up. Om, one last time for the pituitary. Om. Now right in the center of the brain is the pineal gland, tiny little gland about the size of a grain of rice. It's full of crystals. They call this the crystal palace up there. And crystals, like a crystal radio, communicates with the universe. So bring the hands here, right into the crown point of the head. That's called the 100 gathering point. Everything comes up and gathers right in the crown point up there. So a big Om. Om. Right in the center of the brain, get it vibrate. Om. And sending a message to the body for melatonin. Om. It regulates the whole body with melatonin. Om. It also works on your ESP. Om. Intuition. Om. Clairvoyance and karma. Om. One last time. Om. Now we're going to move the sound. We can move sound with healing sound. Now you're getting 10 to 15 times % more nitric oxide into your blood also, which will lower your blood pressure just with these healing sounds. But now we've got one right in the throat here. So that's the thyroid. So bring the hands right in front of it. We have to change the sound. Now the sound was going into the brain. Now we want it to go into the throat with an E. So we go E. So to raise the head to stretch the thyroid. E. That'll give you two hormones called T3 and T4. E. E. Those are mood hormones. E. That's why the doctor looks at them. They're on your report from your doctor, your blood report. E. E. One last time. E. Your parathyroid works on the vitality and energy. So now down in the chest right here is a tiny little gland. It's really interesting. It's called the thymus. The thymus quit working when you were 20. Why? Because that little gland, you'd still be a baby if it wasn't for this little gland. You'd still be in the crib. This little gland sent a message to your body to produce hormones to make you grow. So you grow into an adult. Then it stops working at age 20. So ever since age 20, I'm 88 now, it's been shrinking. So mine's very small, and that's why elders get sicker than young people, because the thyroid has shrunk. But I can work it, so I'm going to work it now. So we'll bring the healing sounds in. So we go with a big ah now. That'll move the sound from the throat down into here. Ah, beautiful, right in the chest. Ah, top of the chest. Ah, gives us white blood cells. Ah, kills the coronavirus. Ah, colds, flu, pneumonia. Ah, keeps you well. Ah, one last time. Ah, now thump it there. So if you thump it every day, then you won't get any sicker than the young people, because that's going to stimulate it, and it's going to produce more white blood cells. So it's called thump the thymus. Every once in a while, thump your thymus. It really helps it. And now right down by the belt buckles, the pancreas gives you four hormones that regulates your blood sugar. So we'll just bring the hand across here and twist and turn and bring the sound down, and the sound is young. You'll see here and feel it come down. Young, young, young. Gives you four hormones for regulating your blood sugar. Young gives you insulin. Young, good for diabetes. Young, type 1 or 2. Young, near diabetes. Young gives you enzymes. Young, for the gastrointestinal area. One last time. Young. And now we'll come right down through the center, through the ovaries and the testes, and push all the impurities out of the body. So see, hear, and feel the sound. Follow your hand as it comes down through the body, and you're going to go right through the center. So let your heart smile. We're going through the heart. Let it smile. Now the sound is chew. It'll follow your hands. Chew. Right through the center of the body. Chew. Push all the impurities out. Chew. Bring in clear, clean energy from the universe. The universe provides. Chew. Push all the heat out of the intestines. Chew. No heartburn today. Chew. One last time. Chew. So now we'll lean forward, because right on top of the kidneys are the adrenal. Those of you that are yoga people, this matches the 7 chakras. These are the 7 endocrine glands, so they're pretty much the same. So we're going to lean forward. We're going to make a fist. And when we lean forward, it'll stretch the kidneys. Right on top is the adrenal glands. So we go Jo and then an E. Jo, E. Jo, E. The adrenals. Jo, E. Beautiful. Jo, E. Get rid of the hypertension. Jo, E. No high blood pressure. Jo, E. Jo, E. No heart palpitations. Jo, E. One last time. Jo, E. Okay, so we did a lot of work today. Let's get rid of some of the toxins, and then we'll close for the day. Let's get rid of the toxins in the lungs. Like I say, 90% of the nutrients you need to stay alive comes from your lungs, not your food. So a lot of toxins are in there. If you weigh yourself tonight, you wake up in the morning, you're going to have lost 2 or 3 pounds in the middle of the night. How did that happen? The moisture went out through your mouth, and you lost 2 or 3 pounds. Weigh yourself tonight and try it. Now, 5 times we'll blow out and get some of the toxins. Called carbon dioxide. The trees need it to breathe in, and we need oxygen from them. So let's get some out of our lungs. The 5 ping cheese, it's called. One more. And now, like you're riding a bike, and let the body relax. And that'll massage the body. See, it's all simple, easy stuff. Easy, gentle, and then bring it to a gentle stop. So you had a complete workout today. You got everything worked. So let's go ahead and close for the day. We don't have time to do our meditation, but we can make a fist for love and an open hand for peace, the traditional Tai Chi greeting or Tai Chi challenge or whatever you might want to do. Put it together and then turn to everyone around you and say, thank you for being here today. Smile at them. Be happy. Okay. Open both hands for world peace again. Put one under here and one under here. Cross in front of the heart. Settle our emotions. Come out in a gentle bow for the ancient energy masters. And we have one thing left to do. And it's not an ancient exercise at all, but the doctor at the hospital says it's the best thing you can do. You see, you're a little drowsy, and I don't want you driving home drowsy. You're going to be on a natural high when you leave here. You're going to be fresh and alert. So just check yourself and see if you're not fresh and alert after we do this one last exercise. And that's laughing Qigong. Let's laugh. Now we go like this. Very good, yay! Very good, yay! Very good, yay! We're going to do one more, and then you're going to do one out in the community somewhere and inspire the community. So take your thumbs. We're going to do the Qigong chicken dance. Put the thumbs under the armpits. Now your elbows are chicken wings. Let's dance. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha.